Robin Williams.
Yes. Welcome back to the Real Talk podcast.
Do you want to talk about movies? I fucking joke. Yep. I'm joking.
No, do you want to talk about movies?
Yes. No, you're supposed to answer. Whatever.
Do you want to talk about movies or not?
Yeah, I want to talk about Robin Williams movies.
You know those memes of like, it'll be like, for Squid Game, it'll be like, would you like to play a game with me? No. Directed by...
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to talk about movies? No. Our socials just show up.
I think we made that joke before.
We should do it one day for April Fools.
Oh, yeah. It'll be a 1-second podcast. And it'll be like, what? Or no, it's like 50 minutes, but we only have 10 seconds worth of video. And then the rest of it's just a thumbnail like...
What if that's the video that gets us trending?
I think it might.
Yeah?
Yeah, but... That's besides the point.
So Robin frickin' Williams, rest in peace.
Robin, rest in peace. I remember the day that he passed away. I was doing homework, and my sister just said, like, Robin Williams passed away. Like, he died. And immediately I was like, no. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, to me, it just didn't sound right. I was like, no. And I had to look it up. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
It was
unfortunate.
It was a sad day.
It's always unfortunate when somebody passes, and I was not in a position though where I was like huge into his films at that time. I think the only films I'd seen half of what's it called, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Doubtfire.
I'd seen Aladdin. That's it. I didn't even know he was in Aladdin. Yeah, because I was a kid. I was 13 when he passed.
You don't really think about voice actors or actors when you're 8 years old, like. Yeah. Like, we know who Alec Baldwin is, but, like, I'm pretty sure when we were 8, we don't give a shit. Like, who the fuck is that? Like,
exactly. Okay. But, he was fantastic. Like, the way he brought... his way of acting was so much more distinct compared to other actors, because you think of, like, Michael Keaton, and, like, he plays Batman a certain way, and he plays Beetlejuice a certain way. Yeah. You think of a lot of these actors, and you see them as, like, oh, that's Batman, or oh, that's Superman. But Robin Williams was always just Robin Williams, and not in a bad way where he was doing the same thing in every film. It was like his personality and his his whole vibe just connected with all of his characters. He had a certain way of doing comedy and like just a certain like childlike innocence that kind of blended into every film he was in. Yeah. Every movie was just his name's not Patch Adams. His name is not whatever. His name is Robin Williams. Yeah. And I think that made him really special.
It's impressive to see like his career from when he first started in the 70s to like up until he passed away, cuz I don't know if you ever heard of the show Mork and Mindy.
No.
That was like the show that he like broke out as an actor, as a star. And during that show run, like I only saw a couple episodes or whatever. He played like an alien. Nanu type of thing. You'll understand when you get the chance to watch the show. But
I feel like in the show, is going to show me this after we wrap up filming.
Well, it depends on how much time we have in terms of just discussion and overall stuff. But yeah, no, like the show was when he started in the 70s, and he went through a lot of addiction, drug addiction and stuff during that time. And I think overall in his career, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, but I think after he passed away, people noticed that more from archives of his videos and friends talking about him and stuff. And it was very unexpected because of the fact that he hit it so well to the public. But more on his like performances.
Well, I think it's also important to acknowledge that, because I think I've told you this before.
Yeah.
The thing about mental health is just mental illness is that it really just sneaks up on you. You never see it coming. You can never see all this stuff happening. And it's important to acknowledge that, because, some days you'll be fine and some days it's just out of nowhere. You're just sitting at your desk at work and then all of a sudden you're overcome by something. And that's the scary thing about mental illness. It just comes out of nowhere. Speaking as somebody who struggles with it himself, it just comes out of nowhere. And I think it's very important that we acknowledge that, because, you can't just tell somebody, oh, toughen up or calm down or feel better. It's like, what's going to happen? Those memes of like, when my friend tells me to just don't be sad, and my tear goes back into my eye.
Yeah, get back in there, tear.
It's like, it's as ridiculous as that. It just doesn't work that way. And you never would have seen it coming until like you see the aftermath and you look back and you're like, oh yes, I can see now.
But the mind is very complex, and you can't just assume that you'll know every answer, especially coming from another person's perspective, because the only perspective you would really know for sure is your own. And even then, it gets a little muddled depending on the situation that you're in.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that applies to all of us. We're all human.
Yeah.
Let's try to be more optimistic.
For anybody that might be listening that's struggling with it, therapy is not overrated. It really helps. You got to find a therapist though that like really matches you.
Yeah.
My therapist is fantastic. I love her.
That's good.
So that's all I want to say about that. But Robin Williams movies always make me feel better. And so when we started doing this podcast, when we first decided we might start doing a podcast, I began watching more movies because I was like, I need to kind of catch up with Matthew with how many movies he watches. So one of the movies I watched was Patch Adams. And that's probably one of the best movies I've seen all year. It just made me feel so happy. I just got such a good feeling from it. And that's really like... that's something I really appreciate about Robin Williams' filmography. A lot of his movies just make you feel good. What are your thoughts?
Well, I agree, but I'll like diving in more into it. Like,
yeah, go for it.
I really liked. He went for a comedic approach in one movie and a serious approach in another. And a lot of actors that do that, you can tell that, they're definitely not good in one area. They're more specialized in the other. And that's the thing I always see from actors is like, you can kind of tell. But with Robin Williams, like he perfected it. Like he knew how to like steal a show, steal the scene type of thing. Like one movie that always stood out was Insomnia. He plays like a serial killer in that one. Really? And it stars Al Pacino. He plays a detective, Pacino, and
you know how I feel about Al Pacino.
I know. It's a good one. It's directed by Christopher Nolan. It's probably his most underrated because nobody ever talks about it. Everyone talks about like The Prestige, Inception, and all those.
Oh man, I know what I'm doing.
Oh, you're gonna check that out?
I'm definitely. It's a Christopher Nolan movie with Al Pacino and Robin Williams.
Yeah.
That sounds like gold.
It is. It's a very good one.
Who wrote it?
It wasn't Nolan. It was actually a completely different writer. It was a script on its own. It's an American remake of a Swedish film that has a similar type of premise where the detective talks with the serial killer. And I don't want to get too much into it because
don't spoil it for
there's
me.
a lot of twists and turns, but I'll just give you that info.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin Williams was good in that. He was in another film called 1 Hour Photo, which he was a really disturbing creep that was following a family, and the way he did was by looking at pictures of them and knowing where they were.
Yeah.
Very creepy, but compare that to like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
Hello, Mrs. Doubtfire. Like, that's what I mean, is like, that's the range that he had.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he did it so like nonchalant.
Yeah.
And man.
So let's think about some movies. Like, I think probably one of my favorite Robin Williams movies, and I feel like we've mentioned this in one of our earlier episodes, was Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
I'm eternally grateful to my dad for putting me onto that movie. That's one of my dad's favorite movies, probably my dad's favorite movie of all time. And for a while, I kind of I didn't really care to watch it.
Yeah.
And then I remember it was when I was in first year in university, and I couldn't sleep, so I decided I'll watch some movies that are on my to-watch list, and I decided to watch Good Will Hunting. Yeah. And I watched it at 3.5 times speed.
Why?
I was just trying to see how fast I could go. I got up to being able to watch movies at 4 times speed. I watched an entire season of How I Met Your Mother in like 2 hours.
That sounds like hell.
It's
I've tried watching videos on like double the speed, and I just pause it 5 seconds and I'm like, no.
Well, I watch all my videos at 2 times speed now.
Why?
Because you can just watch more.
What the fuck?
A lot of my friends are just like, oh, you're doing that to be more productive, right? I'm like, nah, it's just so I can waste more time.
That's like the equivalent of saying like, ooh, I can eat more meals in a day if I just blended it all together and drank it. It's like, that's the equivalent to me.
You just described my dinner.
Oh, no.
My dinner is literally a protein shake with just a bunch of stuff in it, with protein powder, peanut butter, not coffee. I used to drink it for breakfast, and I throw coffee in as well, but now I drink it at night.
Yummy.
It's a 600 calorie shake.
Yeah. Well, back to Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite films.
Yeah. And I remember we were talking, I don't know if we mentioned this in the episode or if this was just us conversing afterwards about that Good Will Hunting 2
Hunting season.
Oh,
yeah. I showed Josh that.
What was the...
Applesauce, bitch.
Applesauce, bitch.
what was the so it's like, so how do you like them apples? And I was like, I don't like the some of them apples, Will. What are we gonna do? I was like, Jake is like, yeah, it's hunting season. Then he gets a shotgun and blows the fuck out of that guy from the first one.
Applesauce, bitch.
Applesauce, bitch. A classic scene from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah. I showed that to my dad. I think that the next weekend I visited my parents.
Yeah.
And I showed it to my dad immediately, and my dad was dying.
Now I read shit you haven't even heard about. And I'm like, damn, that's like Einstein level, man. He was like, what'd you say about Vicus? I told you when I came over. He was like, oh, I love that. Have you heard of like that whole process behind Good Will Hunting, like how they wrote it?
Well, weren't they they were really young?
They were really young, but there was a lot of controversy when the Oscars hit and they got nominated. Like
Why?
a bunch of filmmakers, not filmmakers, but like a lot of people in the industry were like making rumors that it was a completely different writer.
Oh, yeah. And they were like, Robin Williams probably wrote it himself.
Yeah. It was like, because they were like, oh, these mid-20-year-old kids from Boston made this? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It's probably Robin Williams because he's a much more established actor and performer.
And I mean, I can see why the skepticism would begin.
Yeah.
But, haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate. I think they...
who cares? We got a great film.
Exactly.
Shut up.
I think Damon and Affleck... wrote another film together. They didn't direct it though. I think it's The Last Duel, directed by Ridley Scott. They're both in it. Yeah, it's coming out.
Oh, it's not out yet.
It's not out yet, but it's going to be. It stars Adam Driver as well. It looks really good.
I like Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Have you seen Silence?
I really want to. The Scorsese one with Adam Driver
and Andrew Garfield
and Liam Neeson.
Yeah. It's so good. It's so good.
That was in between films because I think it was Wolf of Wall Street, and then I watched The Irishman, but it was in between that. Silence. So
Silence is really good.
Definitely want to check that one out.
I saw it about 3 times.
Oh my God.
I saw it once by myself. I saw it once with my parents, and then I saw it by myself again.
That's what Scorsese films do to you, man.
Yeah.
You watch it more than once because
you gotta.
I wish Robin Williams was in a Martin Scorsese film.
I think it would have been great.
Yeah.
But
Dead Poets Society was good.
That's one movie that I haven't seen that's really acclaimed, but I just haven't gotten around to watching it.
Carpe Diem. Seize the day.
Are you just saying quotes to me like I'm going to understand?
But no, it's a good quote either way, out of context too. Seize the day.
Oh,
it's a very inspirational.
I thought you said something else. I didn't hear what you said.
No, it would have been.
You said so together that I didn't.
Yeah, Carpe Diem. I mean, seize the day. It's a very inspirational. Now, it would have been weird if I just said out a random, like if I stood on this couch and said, "Oh, Captain, my Captain," you'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, Matthew?" Oh, you do?
I know that.
Okay,
I don't know why it's so powerful though. But I'll find that out on my own. It's kind of like, remember a few episodes ago when I kept saying Gorlami to Christian, and then we found out last week, and then we found out that he hasn't even seen Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah.
So he probably just thought I was saying gibberish.
Yeah, Christian's just like, what the fuck is wrong with
I'm
Josh?
like quoting all these Inglourious Bastard quotes, assuming Christian's seen them.
Yeah, it's okay.
Aren't I dumb?
You'll watch it, and you're gonna enjoy it.
You gotta watch it. But yeah, like. What is so great about Dead Poets Society? Because I don't even know what the plot is.
Well, I just think that like the story itself, it's about like this private school where Robin Williams is an English teacher, and he's teaching these kids in a more different way than they're mostly known for. Yeah. And the principal, I think, he's not fond of that. He's like, no, you have to do it this way. And then Robin's like, no, they need to be creative. You can't be giving them the same shit that kids from 1800s read. You got to be like, why are we reading this? Why are we inspired to write shit? Why are we inspired to make art? Here's why. Let's be open about ourselves. And there's a particular character in the film that's more highlighted than the other students. And I don't want to say too much about him, but it goes into more personal things. It's very powerful. Very powerful movie.
Interesting.
There's a lot of those, especially what Robin Williams did. And that wasn't like, he didn't just start out as comedy and then went into serious. It kind of was like a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Which I really love because it showed that no matter what, he could go from comedic to emotional, maybe even both.
Yeah, like in that famous scene in Good Will Hunting, where he jokes about his wife farting. Yeah. Or
what about the one in the baseball game? He talks about the famous baseball game.
Yeah, and he's like running around and does physical comedy, like he's able to use his body.
Great blocking.
Yeah,
great scene, and then he just says, "No, I wasn't at the game."
Yeah, and
I was talking with my future wife.
Fluidly, transitions.
Yeah.
Yo, that line like completely changed my outlook on life too. I was like, what do I want to like look back on? And it's a quote that like you know hit me like a truck.
It's like he could have been there, but no, he instead chose something more personal to him, more heartfelt, more, it's like it's very, and you don't really think about it until you watch it a few more times, where it's just like, man, like all the scenes with him and Damon together, they really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they do it in a way that just feels natural. It doesn't feel like every type of scene where it's like a person talking with another person, like therapy. It's like, oh, how are you doing? It's like you kind of know the beats. In this one, it was so natural. It's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And then Matt Damon says Shepard. And it's like, all right, get the fuck out of here, Bo Peep. Like I know when you're I know when you're bullshitting, and I know when you're not.
Yeah.
It's clever moments like that in the film. And I think that's why it's probably my favorite Robin Williams film.
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting.
So let's talk about something a little bit more controversial. So before we talk about Aladdin, because that's on our list of things that we want to talk about, let's talk about the remake. So what do we think about the Aladdin remake?
I feel like I'm harsh towards all the live action Disney films because I don't like any of them. Aladdin is pretty basic cookie cutter nonsense. I mean, I don't think Will Smith meant to do anything insulting.
Oh, no.
I don't think so. But at the same time, his performance isn't memorable.
It's nowhere near the type that Robin Williams was.
It just comes off as like the studio wanting to recreate something that Will Smith doesn't have that Robin Williams had. But Will Smith has his own type of thing.
Exactly. And I feel like the only thing that's very similar is that they're both very wholesome and well-liked actors.
Yes.
Like Robin Williams was a very wholesome guy and was a very well-liked guy. And Will Smith is the same. He's known for being, who hates Will Smith, really?
Yeah, exactly. But he's different type. He's like, when I think of Will Smith, I think of like Bad Boys, Independence.
Yeah.
He's like the cool guy.
Yeah,
he's like the cool guy you want to
legend,
But like with Robin Williams, you don't really like get that same vibe. Like I don't see Robin Williams in like a buddy cop movie.
Robin Williams had a very like childlike innocence to himself.
I wouldn't go just childlike. I would go like universal appeal with how he treated everyone, which I guess could go into childlike because he was in a lot of kids movies.
He was in a lot of kids movies, but also I think it's like there's like a decent amount of films where he literally plays a child trapped in a man's body.
Wasn't he in a film called Jack?
Maybe. I think so.
Yeah.
But there was Jumanji where he plays a kid in a man's body.
Jumanji.
He's in that Peter Pan movie, Pan.
Oh, Hook.
Or Hook
was so good. Oh my God. Nobody ever talks about that one. But
I think it's just because those roles just really play to his strengths. He's able to be like a child in a man's body, Yeah. It's kind of like, how Zachary Levi is really great as Shazam.
Yeah.
And it's like, at some points I forget that there's two people playing Billy Batson.
Yeah.
It's like just because Zachary Levi in that movie, he just does a really good job of playing this adult, but with a childlike mind.
That's really hard to do, especially when you're an older actor. Because I think Zachary, he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
But here's the difference. Like some actors, because you watch like Tom Hanks in Big, and it's like he's acting much younger than the kid that he's portraying.
Yeah, definitely.
You got to be careful with that because there's a difference between how a boy acts when he's 8 and when he acts 12.
Yeah, because he was like
or a teenager
bed or like all the toys.
Yeah, he was like
you kind of
that's like something I would do if I was 7, not like because the kid was like 14 in the movie.
I wasn't even doing that when I was 14.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever really jumped to my bed as a kid.
No. But like you see kids do that. And I'm like, yeah, but like not at 14, I don't think.
No, not at all. What was I doing at 14? I was watching Transformers and playing with Legos and Transformer toys.
Yeah. Sometimes it's simple as that.
Yeah, when I was 14, I was trying to get through grade 9 academic math and English.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to do. School was my purpose.
That's fun.
What were you doing when you were 14, Nevis?
I was learning more about filmmaking at St. Rock. I remember that.
Wow. Whoa, what a 3D person you are. You're so well layered. You're like an onion.
I'm like, onions have layers. Donkey.
What a multi-layered personality you have. I like movies. I like make movies.
Hey,
you didn't do anything other than that? I played video games and I did this and that.
I used to, I played video games too. Used to go out, play sports.
Oh, what kind of sports did you play?
It was more soccer.
Really?
Yeah.
I fucking loved soccer.
Soccer's good.
I was always the goalie. As well as the goalie.
Usually, like people who are tall and lengthy are good goalies.
I'm not even that tall. I'm 5'8" or 5'9" or something.
Do you jump high?
I can jump pretty high.
There you go.
I've been told I can jump decently high.
Yeah, most goalies, they can jump high or they're tall.
I fractured my nose when I was in grade 6 playing soccer. I ran into my friend's head and got a hairline fracture on my nose.
Ooh, that's rough.
That's why my mom didn't want me to try for the football team in high school. Because I wanted to try it. I wanted to go for either running back or wide receiver. Mm-hmm. And my mom's like, no. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. There's this one moment there's this one moment in Robin Williams' career.
Yeah.
You know those Snickers ads?
You're not
hungry.
Yeah.
There's this one with Robin Williams, and he's like the coach or whatever. He's like, all right, guys, here's what we're going to do. All right, you're going to have to jump there. I was like, wait, where are we? It's like, and then there's this one line in it where he's like, we will do this for Mother Russia. That's how Robin Williams says it. It's like, coach. It's like, yeah. It's like, eat a Snickers. It's like, why? It's like, you're not you when you're hungry. I was like, he eats it. It's like, good. And then it's like, and the actual coach is like, good. Let's go. Whatever. I was like, it's a simple commercial. Yeah. I know it's about chocolate, but Robin Williams, he does 110% for a 30-second ad.
Shit. You know what? We really opened up this episode wrong.
Why?
We should have opened it up with Good morning Vietnam.
Yeah, we should have. Dang it.
Yeah, missed opportunity. Let's just start over the episode.
We're gonna start.
It's not like we made we talked about a lot of stuff, We're only 30 minutes in or something.
Yeah, we covered a lot. But
we can't stop
in a good way. Yeah. I think a lot of, because I didn't want to just talk about the funny side of Robin Williams.
Yeah,
I'm glad we talked about that side.
Well, yeah, because everybody knows the funny side. Everyone's like, yeah, Robin Williams, Mrs. Doubtfire, ha ha ha, funny.
Yeah.
But he was in other movies.
I love his humor. I love how his humor was like, he can go from childlike to like. Have you seen a stand up?
I've not actually, no.
Oh, I think my favorite is Robin Williams live on Broadway. It was a 2002 one. He talks about everything, like everything, and it's hilarious. He has like 50 water bottles behind him.
Yeah,
because he knows for a fact he's gonna be like using them all in an hour. And oh man, like jokes just pew 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 pew. Like they just go like super fast, and you'll miss like a bunch if you don't like pay attention. But yeah,
it's just one reason I never watched those, because I'm worried that I'll just get really sad while watching it.
Well, it depends. Like there's a lot of comedians that I watch that have passed away, and it's like, yeah, I'm sad, but at the same time, it's like shit's still pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like there's this one comedian, John Panette.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away like a few years ago, but he was so good at what he did.
Yeah.
It's like the jokes that he made were just like, I can still like remember them like it was yesterday.
So he has this very like, are there any other actors that we can say like nowadays that have kind of like copied his style? Not really copied, but like paid homage to his style, like in the way that they act?
I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like other actors who are comedic and are serious and they're trying to do both. Maybe Steve Carell? Maybe? Because I feel like he's blended it pretty well.
John C. Reilly?
John C. Reilly too.
Yeah, he has a pretty decent like list of comedies and then dramas.
Dramas, yeah. It all depends though, because it's like some are better at dramas and some are better at comedies, depending on which ladder it is. But like, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of like comparing an actor to another actor, because it's like being the next Brando. It's like, well, yeah. Like,
well, I'm not saying being the next Robin Williams. I'm just saying like, have you seen him influence other comedians?
Oh, I'm sure.
Other actors, I mean. Like how his style has influenced other actors.
I think it has, especially like people that are like our age or older, because they watched Hook, they watched the 90s. The 90s, Robin Williams was big.
Yeah.
Especially within like the family demographic.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like the 80s, where the 80s he was like trying out new things here and there. Like, I think Dead Poet Society was probably his most family oriented. And even then, it has a lot of dark themes in it.
Yeah.
Good Morning Vietnam. Have you seen that one?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Oh, that's a good one too. That one definitely covers a lot of like, well, yeah, the Vietnam War. It's kind of in the title. But, it's great because I remember seeing a video about how Robin Williams acts, and it's like simple as, acting is reacting. How does he react to a scene?
Yeah.
And, his subtle differences in his development as a character.
That's actually kind of how I approached Tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I read the script, I was thinking like, okay, if I was in this situation, let's erase Lloyd and put him as Josh. How would I feel? And that's why I had asked you like what kind of character I am, because I wanted to know what state of mind am I in when I'm encountering all these things, when Kelwyn smashes my head into the table, or when I become angry at Mary and all that stuff. That's how I kind of approach it. Like, how would I react?
Yeah.
And what state of mind do I start off in, and then what state of mind do I end off in?
There's a lot of like moments like that with any type of actor, and depending on how good their performance is up to their passion and up to their personal, how much of their personal life are they taking into account with this character.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of ones. There's a very obscure Robin Williams film I remember. It's called Bicentennial Man. Did you ever hear about that one?
I think I've heard of the original show or comic it was based on.
Oh, it was like based off of something?
Pretty sure.
It was a story about a family in the future, and they get a robot as a helper or whatever. And then this robot wants to be human. And that's basically the whole story about, I'm simplifying it, of course, because it's a pretty lengthy movie, but it covers like his life trying to become more human. And it always was weird because I was like, wow, this is like, I've never seen this, and it's futuristic and it's Robin Williams. And it just reminded me of robots.
Yeah. Like the animated movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait a minute, he's a robot in this, but it's not cartoon like robots, which a lot of people should watch robots.
I mean, is it not as popular as I think it is?
I don't
Robots is fantastic.
think so. I wish it was.
Robots
Nobody
is funny as shit.
I hope it makes a comeback. You know those films where people watched it and then they kind of forgot about it, but now it's getting a resurgence.
Like Thomas and the Magic Railroad?
I was gonna say Megamind, but yeah.
Oh yeah, Megamind.
Megamind's getting big now.
Oh
like,
yeah, almost as big as his mind.
Yeah.
I
gotta rewatch Megamind too.
Oh, we'll watch it together, dude.
Maybe Will Ferrell kind of. If you're talking about the John C. Reilly, Steve Carell category, I think Will Ferrell could fit in there.
What serious movie? I don't think I've seen a serious Will Ferrell movie though.
Does Stranger Than Fiction count?
Don't think I've seen it. I've only seen like The Other Guys, Elf. His terrible time on The Office.
Oh, he was on The Office.
Oh, and he was so bad.
Oh no, not Will Ferrell. At least he was good in SNL.
Yeah, D'Angelo was so bad.
Damn.
He's one of the most hated characters on The Office.
Really?
When I first watched The Office, like when I watched it through, it made me like see Will Ferrell in a different light for a few weeks. Like I couldn't watch any Will Ferrell content for a while. Oh. And then I saw The Other Guys and I was like, okay, I'll give this guy a chance again.
Yeah, give him a little chance at least. Ooh. Not everything's going to be a winner.
Yeah,
a bullseye.
I'm starting to get a headache.
Especially with Robin. That's another thing with Robin Williams. As much as we talk about the good films, he did have some duds.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody has.
Did you ever hear Old Dogs?
No.
Ooh, that's a stinker.
Why?
Starred John Travolta, Seth Green, and Robin Williams.
Seth Green, isn't he the guy from Dr. Evil?
Yeah, he's
not Dr. Evil. Austin Powers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dr. Evil's son.
Dr. Evil's son. Exactly. Yeah. He was in it. I have the Blu-ray for it. Ooh. I remember watching it a lot when I was a kid. It's basically Robin Williams and John Travolta. They're like middle-aged dads. And they're like, we're still young. And it's like, no. And then they're like, we can reconnect with our kids. It's all good. Even though we're old, we still got it. We still family. It was a Disney movie.
Oh.
It was one of those.
Oh.
Yeah. And Robin Williams tried, but yeah.
Did you like used to like it until you saw it with a more set of mature eyes?
Yeah, now it's just boring.
Yeah. I'm the same way with a very specific film that I've put off talking about until now. The Last Airbender movie.
Is Robin Williams in that?
No, but it's so bad.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean,
have you ever seen it?
No. I was joking with you. I was like, I think I'm gonna watch it.
No. It's actually bringing a tear to my how terrible.
Tear.
Oh my god, that movie is so bad.
Yeah,
dude, I came out of the theater.
You saw it in theaters? Oh, yeah. I feel bad. You're right.
I think so.
You good? You gotta.
All right, man.
There we go.
Oh,
you coughed a hairball. That's what you got.
That's how bad the movie is.
That's how bad it is. You're like you're dying because of.
This movie. It gave me cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
Another Robin Williams film, Night at the Museum.
Robin Williams was at Night at the Museum.
Yeah, he played Teddy Roosevelt. Remember?
Nani? No.
What? Are you serious? Sorry, was that too loud?
It's all right.
It was like, what?
I just coughed like 15 times.
He was, he was Teddy Roosevelt. He was like,
really?
Yeah, he was talks to Ben Stiller. And it was like, your job is to protect the museum.
I only saw
because if anyone leaves before the sun rises, we turn to dust. I don't know. That's a line, I guess, from the movie that I just remember because it was Night at the Museum.
Yeah,
they made 3 of them. The first one was all right.
I only saw the first one, and I didn't even see it all the way through.
Oh,
I saw it I never saw it in theaters. I only saw it every now and then when they had it on YTV.
Oh yeah.
I think Saturdays were movie nights when YTV would have a movie.
Yeah.
Night at the Museum, I'd see a bit of it, and then I'd go to have like dinner or something.
Yeah.
Come back, my mom's watching a soap opera now, so I didn't get to see the rest of it. And then
YTV had a lot of those. Like I remember they showed the Flintstones.
Yeah.
And it was like, the Flintstones with John Goodman and Rick Moranis.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but like the film gave me the vibe that, does Robin Williams make a cameo in that? Because I remember when I was little, I was like, he must have. And I looked up, I was like, nope. He seemed like he would be just randomly in the as a cameo.
How young were you when you thought this?
I was like 12. I knew who Robin Williams was when I was 12.
Okay. I was going to say, if you're 8, like you're a fucking intelligent kid.
No, I wouldn't have thought that young.
Okay.
I probably would have just seen the animated films he was in, like Robots and Aladdin.
Yeah.
Because, or maybe even live action, like Mrs. Doubtfire, but I didn't think of Robin Williams that way when I was 8.
Obviously.
I was just like, this is a funny movie.
Yeah. And, it's the guy from Mrs. Doubtfire.
A lot of Mrs. Doubtfire falls into that category of like, men wearing or like being women or like Big Mama's House or
you're talking about
Tootsie.
like a man playing a woman?
Yeah.
But what about it?
No, it was like a thing.
Really?
Back then. Yeah. There was like movies like that. It wasn't just one movie that did that. It was like some Like It Hot, Tootsie and stuff like that.
I've only seen Big Mama's House, Big Mama's House 2, Hairspray, John Travolta.
Yeah.
Hairspray's fantastic.
Hairspray is good. But yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire was good. What was the other one? He was in so many.
Let me just pull up the Jeopardy song and play that for you while you think.
The category is Robin Williams. Robin Williams for 500.
That was good. That was
a good one. Alex Trebek is...
he passed.
He passed away. Yeah.
It's sad. Why is this such a somber episode?
Yeah, because we talk about Robin Williams and he's not just funny, he's also heartfelt. He's got us all here. He's a funny guy. He's hilarious. And he's very good at what he does.
I agree. I don't think there's anybody that's going to disagree with you on that.
Yeah. I mean, not every performance he did was amazing. I mean, he definitely did autopilot for a lot of the movies where it was like, oh, this is just Dead Poet Society, but in this setting. Okay, how much are you paying me? All right, I'll take it. Yeah. Those films. And there's nothing wrong with that.
What was his last film?
Dang. It was either Night at the Museum 3 or what was the other? It was a bad movie. It was like bad comedy. But it's because, it was unexpected. It's not like he was like, oh, this is the movie.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And that's totally fine. He's been in so many good movies already.
Yeah.
So many distinct characters that it's like, Aladdin, he managed to do all of it improv. And the Disney animators were like, all right, we'll animate over this.
Yeah.
What, you're doing an impression of Robert De Niro? All right, I guess we can animate him to look more like Robert De Niro. Because, why not?
So a lot of his movies, in the comedy department, have that really feel-good thing, have that really good feel-good vibe to it. What other feel-good movies have you seen,
Oh, there's so many. I mean,
specifically not Robin Williams properties.
Yeah.
So if you say Patch Adams,
I know you already took that one.
I'm gonna punch him in the nose.
Punch him in the red nose.
Punch him in the pecker.
Punch him in the pecker. No, Robin Williams is like a clown, right? In that movie,
it's not he's a clown, but he just wears a clown nose to make the kids laugh.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen Patch Adams?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
I haven't. You got me there.
Oh, damn. Another movie that I've seen.
Yeah.
It's like he's at medical school. He's going to medical school.
Was it based off of a real guy?
I think so, yeah. He was in medical school, and he was like older than a lot of the other students. He came back, and because he wanted to become a doctor, and he had a very like unorthodox way of studying, and he always had this really positive attitude or whatever, and he'd always try to like sneak into like say hi to the kids and make them laugh and everything. Mm-hmm. And I think the principal was the warden from Shawshank.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the guy with the glasses.
Yeah, he's really just typecast to be the asshole.
He's also really good at it.
He's really good at being an asshole. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and I think he wanted to open up something to like. His whole thing was just he wanted to make people feel better. Yeah. Not just like medically, but also just in your soul.
Was Philip Seymour Hoffman in that one?
No, Philip Seymour Hoffman was in. I feel like you're thinking about.
I swear he was in Patch Adams.
No, he was in. How can I not remember where he's blind? Al Pacino's blind.
Oh, Scent of a Woman.
Scent of a Woman.
Oh,
Philip Seymour Hoffman was in that.
Those two up.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. The whole like academic setting.
Yeah. But also, both in the 90s.
Yeah. There's this movie. Have you ever seen Chef?
My name is Chef. The Jon Favreau movie.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Oh, you don't get it?
No. Are you trying to do My Name is Jeff?
Okay, so there's this inside joke. I don't know. Have you ever watched Max Mofo? Anything for Views, Filthy Frank. Have you heard of any of those? Okay.
I mean, I've heard of them, and I watched a little bit of Filthy Frank. And
this was back. No,
it's filthy.
I know. It's terrible.
You mean Joji?
Yeah, Joji, exactly. But in 2016, Jacob would get it. I don't know if you would, Christian, but there was this inside joke on all these three guys. Because there's a scene in Chef where Jon Favreau says, "Hey, look, it's a meme. Look, it's a meme. I'm a fucking meme." And then one of the guys is like, "Have you seen Chef?" And it's like, "Why?" It's like, because he says he's a fucking meme in it. And then they were like, "Have you seen Chef? Have you seen Chef?" And then it dissolved into, "My name is Chef. My name is Chef."
Let me guess. This happened back in 2014, 2015.
This was like 2016.
I was close.
And like you saw the videos that they made, all three of them, and somewhere on the wall, they would tape the Blu-ray of Chef just on there, just randomly.
It's a good movie.
So yeah, it is.
That's a feel-good movie for me.
What happened?
We've been talking for too long. It probably died.
Did the lights go off?
This one.
Oh.
That one's dead, so.
It's okay.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Light.
Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Ooh. No, I've seen Chef. I've seen it a few times, actually.
Yeah, I know.
The food is so good.
I know. It makes me want to make Cubanos.
Cuban sandwiches.
But the only thing is I hate pickles.
All right, take out the pickles.
Well, no, but if you don't have pickles, it's not a Cubano.
Well, then you don't like Cubanos then. That's usually what happens. You say no to pickles. But it's not a Cubano. Then you don't like Cubanos. You like a Cubano without pickles.
The on-campus people at the Subway on campus fucking loved me because every time they saw me, they're like, "Oh, we already know what he wants. Just a whole wheat steak and cheese with everything but pickles."
This is at Subway?
At the Subway in the university.
You order steak and cheese at the Subway?
Did I just sin?
Well, I mean, if you want to bet on your life, go for it, man. But like, geez, I just do cold cuts, man. I play it safe at Subway, especially if it's Subway. Like,
that's probably.
That's like, you don't know what they put in that steak, man. That's probably like cat food or something, man. I don't fucking know. Like, I see pictures of this. It's
been 2 years since I last had a sub at that Subway, so I think I'm safe now.
That's good. Quiznos is superior. Out of like Mr. Sub, Subway, and Quiznos tops them all.
All right, next episode.
And you only see like two of them now.
Next episode, we're doing a fast food tier list.
Quiznos is like the Blockbuster of subs places. You walk into one, he's like, "Where am I?" It's like, "It's Quiznos." I'm like, "Oh my gosh. This is like the Lost Ark."
What
the Covenant or something like that.
I think we need to get you another cup of coffee. Yeah. So I think that's a pretty good sign. That's a sign that we should probably call it.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on Robin Williams, or do you think we talked about about everything?
I miss him.
I miss him too. And you know what? He's going to be on film forever. Our generations are going to watch him and they're going to love him.
Yeah, my kids are definitely going to grow up watching Patch Adams.
Yeah, man.
Aladdin, Mrs. Doubtfire.
It's those little moments that make a difference. And I think Robin Williams would agree on that.
Cool.
I want it to sound inspirational, and then you're just
I don't know. I don't feel like inspirational is the way we end our podcast. It just seems so offbeat to be like, You can be whatever you want.
I'm not
so that's
saying,
all the time we have for today.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, look, you can be inspired by anything, and you know, Robin Williams was one of those things.
Yeah.
You know, take that what you will.
What was the thing you said? Like, seize the day. What's the phrase in Latin?
Carpe diem. Seize the day. Seize the day,
guys.
everyone.
All right. And with all that being said, we will talk to you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you're listening to us on Spotify, feel free to check out our YouTube channel to see the visual component that goes along with this episode. If you're on YouTube, our social media should be on the screen at this point. So give us a follow on Instagram or Twitter or both to keep up to date with our new episodes. And if you're feeling generous, maybe send us a donation on Patreon. And we will talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Awesome. See ya.